Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel, and it's Sunday. That means tomorrow's Monday, and we're going back to work and school. Put the appropriate words, yeah. But that's not about it. That's about all of your aces. And today, as usual, we have 3. And I just want to remind you that I'm still on my 500 sub square, so if you want to help me out, just hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And I was hoping to get some light tanking today, but I wasn't able to collect them all, so simply we're gonna have a heavy tanks today. And the first one is from my amigo Looney Supper from Pin Clan and his Tiger 1. And as I told you, he sent me so many Tiger 1 replays. I mean, like so many, and they were so funny. I decided to, of course, you're gonna see one here, like we are just watching it. And I'm simply gonna use those aces to my review, to my Tiger 1 review, because I noticed I still haven't done a review on this tank, and this tank is so good. Maybe let's say something about the tank itself, because it's worth telling for all of those who are just watching to look at some aces, and I think that's important to at least just tell you anything about this tank. So this tank has good mobility, almost like a medium tank. After the last buff, it has pretty good armor for let's say heavium. It has very good armor for a heavium, let's say. It's not spectacular as a heavy armor-wise, but when you going hold down, it's gonna work very, very well. Also, you have nice DPM, nice penetration, nice accuracy, nice dispersion factors, aiming time. There's just simply so much going on that tank. It's like one of the best, if not best, tier 7 heavy medium tank, I would say. But this and Tiger P, I would say those are the best tier 7 tech tree tanks right now, at least for me, and I think for most players that are playing for quite a long time, and they know how to position their tanks. They're gonna appreciate Tiger, because it gives you speed of a medium. You can flank around the battlefield, you have accurate gun, you have pretty nice let's say hold down tank, and just look at the gun, just look how accurate is the gun. It's a heavy tank. It's 8.8 centimeter gun, German 88, and it really works great. I feel like right now this tank is so good. It's just border good, I would say. It has everything. You don't have any downsides on this tank. I mean, like none. What you expect from a tank? Well, some of you may expect armor. Others may expect more mobility. I'm one of those players that really appreciate mobility, and I guess as far as I know, as far as I talk with my subscribers and other players and all the community, most of the more experienced players are just like tanks with mobility more than just epic armor. And here you're gonna witness a Kolobanov, and that will tell you how good this tank is. Of course, maybe it's like the enemy team wasn't playing spectacularly, but that's not about it. Just look how Looney Supper will manage to pull this off, and he's gonna do it perfectly well. Unfortunately, they decided to get on both of his sides, and that's not good for him. But he needs to do something about it, and he's doing a brilliant job, but just backing up, putting all his enemies in front of him, because you don't want to face enemies on both sides, like he's doing here. And he's gonna clear one, 2 more to go, and they're both in front of him, so that's great for him. He has the wreckage to just use it as a hold down position, and he's side scraping there's not much this poor old VK-28 can do, and now he's gonna get rushed and crushed just because it's Tiger, and Tiger means you're gonna win a lot right now if you know what you're doing. So 5 kills, 3,300 damage, Ace Tanker, Top Gun, High Caliber, Radley Walters, Steel Wall, and Kolobanov. What else do you want from a tank? And there's gonna be more because this guy made epic games in that Tiger. Okay, so the next game is my amigo Taze the Nuke from Hates Clan, and he's driving his Mäuschen. And I don't know, I think I have an ace of emotion, so I decided, yeah, I checked, I think. And I decided to put it here. He has great camo. I love this camo. This camo is Green Mamba camo, as I remember correctly, and it looks great on many tanks. I have it on the waffle tracker, and yeah, and that's it looks epic. And yeah, as Mäuschen is basically the whole line, Mäuschen line, the mouse line, which contains the VK-100, Mäuschen, and mouse. Is basically, and also a Tiger 2 right now. So yeah, those are tanks that are well armored. They're not the fastest, they're not the, let's say, most mobile tanks, but they have pretty great factor, which is the armor. And if you know how to side scrape, if you know how to angle your tank, I mean, if you know where to just poke out and when, then you're gonna do just great in this tank. As you can see, even sides can bounce shells if you angle them, or if you get simply get lucky. And yeah, the armor profile of the turrets, I would say it's more like a version of the VK-100, when you can aim straight dead on your enemy and you will bounce shells as long as they won't hit your cupola, because it's quite good, it's quite big, and it's quite easy to pen it. But other than that, if you're looking dead on your enemy, you're gonna just simply bounce shells on your turret. And if you side scrape in the same at the same time, you basically, and you're hiding your cupola, that's a perfect scenario, you won't get penned. Simply, there's no way, even with Primo, that enemies can pen you that easily. Of course, you can receive some shells in the lower plate between the tracks, which is a weak spot, obviously weak spot, because you need some weak spots on the tank, otherwise it's not gonna be balanced in any shape or form. But I kind of liked Mäuschen. I haven't played it for a while. Of course, it's a really crappy tank when you're stock. The stock grind is just terrible, and I mean terrible. It has no mobility, absolutely none. It has no traverse speed. It has gun, which is, maybe the gun isn't that bad. In the stock gun, the VK-1 isn't that bad. You can deal with that. You can live with that, and that's not the worst thing you can say about this stock tank. The stock grind is basically about, the worst thing is about the mobility, the traverse speed of the hull in the turrets, and when you have 75% crew, it also gets worse and worse and worse. So if you can, simply just try to free at least some modules. I would go for the tracks, and I would go for the engine, and yeah, the rest, the gun isn't that bad. Of course, if you want the top gun, you can get the top gun, but that's not the worst thing. The mobility is the factor that makes this tank suck when it's stock, basically. So yeah, as you can see, my amigo is doing a great job here, and he just went on the heavy flank, then went on the medium flank. He's going all around the map, and unfortunately he just bounced this shell. But he will be able to correct his mistake by just shooting again, and this time I think he will just succeed. He's going for the ram. Yeah, he was going for the ram, but finally he decided to shoot the guy because he was backing up, and he simply wouldn't catch him. So 3 kills, 3,740 damage, ace tanker, and let's look at the base XP. 1,337 base XP, which is also great. And the last one will be KV-1 and Kirito Sao BTSP from Sao Clan. And well, it's a tier 5 monster tank. Previously it got nerfed and nerfed and nerfed, and now there are pretty much many, if not all, heavy tanks that are simply better than the KV-1 right now. Let's say like the M6. On tier 5 it would be T1 heavy, and now those are the big boys of tier 5 heavy tanking. Previously KV-1 was able to side scrape like a boss, just repel shell after shell after shell, and when you look at it now, the side armor is really weak, and you can't side scrape as aggressively as you could earlier. But for me, it still is a pretty interesting tank because you have 200 alpha damage per shot, pretty nice armor armor on the turret, and you also can side scrape. Of course, not as aggressively as you were able earlier, but still it's able to side scrape, which is great. The best gun for this tank is of course the 85mm gun. The derp is terrible right now. It really is. Believe me, don't even try to use the derp gun on the KV-1 because that doesn't work. Back in the days, in the old days, where the derp gun, there was no KV-2, so you could just put the derp gun here, and this will be the big derper of tier 5. But now it's changed, the times changed, the meta have changed, and that's not the case anymore. So the best way to use KV-1 right now is just using 85mm gun, because it's the best you can choose from the variety of guns for the KV-1. And yeah, in this game, let's talk about the game because we talked about the tank itself. As you can see, it's almost over. There's only 2 enemies left. Aomigo pushed the flank, and he pretty much was able to just wreck them all. And that means that there's only 2 guys sitting at the back of the map on the other side, and they were doing pretty good job for quite a long time because they were just sniping from the other side, but they overslept the moment when they should have pushed and flanked around, and just they just simply made that flank just die, and now there's nothing they can do about it, because if they pushed earlier on and flanked and helped their team, they at least had the chance to do anything. But well, it ended how it ended. So we got 3 kills, 2006 damage, ace tanker, high caliber, brothers in arms, and 872 base XP. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Once more, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you like to join my Discord, the link is in the description below. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.